Last term that we call, yes, correct answer, logos. Morpho, for that morph, right? So morphology, remember, morph plus logos. Morph meaning forms and logos meaning study. Study of different forms of plant, here related to plant, okay, that we call morphology. That we call the morphology. It can be the plant, it can be the animal. Study of external features. In simple terms, I can say that study of external features of an organism, that we call morphology. Remember this. Exactly opposite term है इसका, internal features अगर study करना है. So for that the term is given anatomy. Study of internal features. Morphology, study of external features. Next thing, see, study of external features. Why? You know that in plants, different plants have different shape of their canopy. आसोपालव में देखो ऐसे ट्राइंगुलर फॉर्मेट होता है, अशोका आसोपालव, right? Christmas tree, other type of the other form of the canopy is there. Banyan tree, people tree, very huge canopy. Next, their branches pattern is also different. Leaf shapes are also different. Flowers which come on that plant, their structure, their colors, everything are different. So that's why we have to study first. That's the morphology, external features. See, knowledge of this morphology is essential for identification of plants. When we know that neem leaf, okay, that has this dissected type of margin, so we can easily identify whenever during field visit we get this type of leaf, we can say that this one belongs to the neem, right? So knowledge of morphology is essential for recognition of or identification of plants. Next, remember, in chapter 1 we have studied that in classification, morphology characters, remember external and internal structure. So external meaning what? Morphological features. So this morphological features, it's one of the aspect of classification. Next, here we are talking about only the flowering plants, morphology of flowering plants, meaning details of angiosperm, morphological details of angiosperms. See, flowering plants or these angiosperms are the most advanced, most evolved plants on the earth. Most advanced and most evolved plants on the earth. Remember this thing. Next, in this morphology of flowering plants, see, plants develop when the farmers sow the seed into the soil, and from that the new plantlet is developed, right? So when these seeds get the favorable conditions, moisture, temperature, right? Their favorable conditions means seeds when get favorable condition, from the seeds two thread like structures arise. देखा है घर पे भी seedlings करते sprouts बनाते तो whitish color के structures arise होते from the seed. Have you observed this thing? Okay, so that we call first of all seedling. So from the seed, remember, two processes arise. One that we call downward process. One is a downward process. Other is the upward process. Downward process we called radicle, and upward process we called plumule. Remember this two terms. When seed germination takes place, during that time, two processes comes outside. One is downward, other is upward. Downward process we call radicle, upward process we call plumule. So downward है, right? So that forms root system. Radicle forms with system, root system in majority of plants. Whereas plumule forms, that is upward, so it forms shoot system, means stem axis, and on that the branches, flower, fruit, everything. Clear first this part? Seedling occurs during seedling, two processes arise, downward, upward. Downward we call radicle, that forms root system. Upward we call plumule, that forms shoot system. Good. Next, in this one, first morphology, see, one by first we are going to study the vegetative parts of the plant. Vegetative, root, stem, and leaf. And then we will study the flower. That's the reproductive part, flower in detail. Flower, fruit, seeds. Okay? So first, root, that is the vegetative part of the plant axis. Root, remember, it's underground part of plant axis. Root is the underground part of plant axis. In this, roots, underground part of the plant axis. Now, these roots, can you tell me, they move towards the water or not? They move towards the water, or they move away from the water? Towards. So that we call roots shows positive hydrotropism. Next, they move towards the light or away from the light? Yes, away. Negative phototropism. And what about gravitational force? Towards, right? So positively geotropism. Geo meaning gravitational, towards the earth. So remember first, roots have positive hydrotropism, negative phototropism, and positive geotropism. Next, remember, root, it has a long cylindrical either branch or unbranched axis. Root is a cylindrical structure. I say it may possess branches or may not. Roots generally brown in color. Roots are generally, remember, brown in color. Now, so this is the basic information for root. Remember, root is an underground part of plant axis. Second, remember, roots arise from the radicle in majority of plants. Next, roots generally brown in color. Roots, they are positively geotropic and hydrotropic, and negatively phototropic. Now, two types of the root system. First type, that's the taproot system. Taproot system, in that we know that over here that the seed, and from the seed radical arise. So when this radical elongation takes place, and from that the root arise. So from the radical directly the root arise. That type of root system we call taproot system. Now in that, remember, so first of all, this root we call primary root. The root which directly arise from the radical over here. Here radical elongation takes place, and that elongation leads to formation of primary root. Now on this primary root, further branches are formed. So these roots we call secondary roots. Now this are we call secondary root. Then further branches arise on that. So that we call tertiary root. So remember, primary root and its branches, means branches on that secondary root, tertiary roots, they all together constitute taproot system. Primary roots plus their branches all together constitute taproot system. This taproot system, example of, or we can observe taproot system in majority of dicot plants, dicotyledon. Remember, majority of dicot plants. So dicot plants, majority, some exceptionals are there, but remember, in majority of dicot plants, taproot system is present. What is taproot system? When radical arise from that seed, during that seed germination, elongation of radical takes place. During by that elongation, it forms primary root. On primary root, further branches of roots are formed, secondary, tertiary. Next, so that primary root plus secondary and tertiary, their branches together form tap root system. That is entire system. And this one, taproot system, we can observe in majority of dicot plants. Dicot plants, one of the example, that's the mustard. Can you give me other example? We have studied this thing in chapter number 1. Dicot plants example. One is a mustard, other? Correct. Mango. हाँ, beans भी होते हैं, correct. Okay, all type of pulses, they are dicot. Mango, one more. एक्स्ट्रा में मैंने आपको एक एग्जांपल करवाया था, इफ यू रिमेम्बर. तुलसी, करेक्ट. वीट नहीं, वीट रॉन्ग, वीट मोनोकोट है श्रेया. मस्टर्ड, मैंगो, तुलसी, all types of beans, and so many examples. Okay, in this chapter we will study, so you can easily understand. The in dicots, remember, in dicots, taproot system is present. In majority of dicots, taproot system is present. Gradually you will learn so many examples of dicot plants in this chapter. Just now remember only this much. Taproot system, if you have any doubt now in taproot system, you can ask me. Next type of system, that's the fibrous root system. Fibrous root system, see, ये dicot में था taproot, majority dicots. In majority monocot, fibrous root system is present. Now over here, see, taproot में क्या होता था? That's the primary root, which is a stronger one. Okay, thickest and stronger one. दिस थिंग यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि फिर उसके जो ब्रांचेस होंगे ना, कंपेयर टू दिस डायमीटर दिस वन इज नैरो, फिर इससे स्मॉल फर्दर ब्रांचेस में, लाइक दैट. In case of fibrous root system, from the radical primary root is formed, but it is short-lived. Short-lived meaning it can't able to elongate further, right? And if not elongate, see root system, आपने देखा होगा, root system grow deep and deep inside the soil, right? But why? Because it gives the firmness. It gives the firmness. It helps to attachment of that entire shoot axis with the soil surface. So shoots root system should be the strong one. Here primary root is short-lived. So this primary root further cannot be grow. So how the strong root system can be formed over here? So in this fibrous root system, the main root system is developed. See, this is the stem part. See, always remember some of the stem part is remain inside the soil and then root system. So here, from the base of the stem, the main roots are developed from the base of the stem. Primary root is short-lived, can't able to further grow. So to make a firm root system, here this primary root is now replaced by large number of roots, and these roots originate from base of the stem and then further branches are there. So here root system look wise it's a network like structure. So that's why the name given it's a fibrous root system. Here root is not arise from the root system is not formed from that radical point but base of the stem. ओके, यू आपने लोअर स्टैंडर्ड में लर्न किया होगा कि वेजिटेटिव रिप्रोडक्शन में भी आता है ना कि स्टेम में से न्यू प्लांट डेवलप होता है, लीफ में से न्यू प्लांट. सो हाउ? So they have the ability, they have that meristematic cell, so it can easily form this thing if main root system is not available. Okay, if root system is not formed from that radical. So that's why over here from the base of the stem this root system is developed. This roots, अब देखो ये प्राइमरी रूट टैप रूट सिस्टम में था which is the longest, thickest, strongest. फिर ये तो lateral side के उसके branches आएंगे. So one which is longest and thickest compared to other branches. Here all roots which arise from the base of the stem, they all have generally similar size, similar diameter. Similar size, similar diameter. This type of root system we call fibrous root system. Understood? So remember fibrous root system, here root system arise from the base of the stem other than the radical part. Next thing that you should understand that adventitious type of root system. Adventitious type of root system, fibrous root system जो है actually fibrous root system is a type of adventitious root system, we can say that. But आपकी book में ये initially दिया है, that's why I have teach you. But remember adventitious roots, fibrous roots, taproot system. So in that आप अगर classification देखोगे, so fibrous root system, it belongs to the adventitious roots. Why? Because adventitious roots main definition is what? Roots arise from other than the radical. So fibrous में भी same वही होता है. From the base of the stem, it's not a radical. So remember, adventitious roots. One more example, banyan tree आपने देखा है, right? Banyan tree, पता है thread like structures arise on the banyan tree. These thread-like structures are basically what? They're roots. Okay, they are roots. This give the support. Gradually they grow downward, okay, and give the support to these horizontal branches of the banyan tree. It's a huge tree. It needs support. So here the roots arise from the branches of the stem. It's not a radical. So again, these roots are which one? Adventitious roots. Clear? So adventitious roots, remember, roots arise from other than the radical. So many examples are there: grass, monstera, banyan tree. Up to here, if you have any doubt in taproot system, fibrous root, adventitious root, then ask me. Next, fibrous root system. Remember one example, that's a wheat. Wheat में ये मिलता है. That's a wheat. Even lone grass. Lone grass, in that the same thing is there. From the base of the stem, new root system is developed. Instead of the root system developed from the which one? Radical. Because over there, radical is the short-lived. See these diagrams. This one for the taproot system, main primary root, which arise from the radical, right? So this is the longest, thickest one. Then their branches arise. If this type of the system we call taproot system, and here all these roots arise from the one point only. So many, we can say that these are now primary roots. So these roots are arise from the one point only. And that type of system we call fibrous root system. Next, functions of root system. Functions of root system: absorption of water and minerals from the soil. It helps in encourage, it gives the firmness to the plant. It other functions of the root: storing the reserve food material, and synthesis of plant growth regulator. Plant growth regulators meaning hormones. It helps in synthesis of hormones in plants or plant growth regulators. It helps to store the extra food material when present in the plant. That food material stored in the root. So roots helps in storing the reserve food, synthesis of plant growth regulator, absorption of water minerals, and providing the support, encouragement. Next point, that regions of root. Yes, Shreya.
मैम वो जो फंक्शंस थे वो टैप रूट और फाइब्रस रूट वाले
Common.
दोनों के थे कॉमन.
हाँ, common functions.
Okay.
Next topic, that's the regions of root. Regions of root. So when we take the soil surface, next here the root is there. So remember this point. Can you tell me? This one is the A part, this one is the B part. Which one is the base part of the root? A or B? Very good. A is the which one? Base part. Because root grows downward. So B, it's the tip. B part, it's the tip of the root. This one is the base. Now next. So here I told you, remember, at the tip portion, which tissues are present, which helps in elongation for the growth. Yes, meristematic tissue. Good. So here in this part, at the tip region, meristematic cells are present. Meristematic cells, remember, it has the ability to continuously divide and divide. Its functions to form new and new cells into the plant, which helps in to increase their length. Next, after that, so new cells form over here. Then these cells, their cells, see, over the cells are there which are very, very small. Now the cell size increases in this part. Cell become mature like, and after that over here in this base part, towards the base part or at the base part, cells now ready to perform their specific function. You know that in plants, cholenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma, okay, so many different types of the cells are there. So these all cells differentiation occur and they perform their specific function. So that is basically regions of root. Now we are going to study in detail this. Regions of root start with this base tip part here where the meristematic cells are there. So that region we call region of meristematic activity. Next, remember here the cells are there. Characteristic feature of meristematic cells. They are thin walled, small in size. Small in size, in the dense cytoplasm is there or protoplasm that divide rapidly. That divide rapidly means one cell to two cell, two to four, four to eight, like this mitotic cell division. So meristematic cells, thin walled, small, dense protoplasm, divide rapidly. Next zone, that's the region of elongation. Just above that meristematic zone, next zone, that's the region of elongation. Here, rapid elongation and enlargement. Meristematic cells like this. Next, elongated cells in that cells like this. So growth occurs in their length. Here, meristematic cells undergoing in the region of elongation for the and over there the length increases. So rapid elongation and enlargement of the meristematic cells that shows growth in length. Next, after that, once the elongation takes place, see in meristematic cells, vacuoles जो होते हैं, okay, it's a very small, very very small size cell. Their size is very very small. So in that vacuoles are not present. In meristematic cell, vacuoles are not present, but vacuoles now form in which one, or we can say that vacuoles we cannot observe in case of meristematic cells, but their appearance start in the elongation. Elongation when size of the cell increases, so it can easily observable. Next, after that, region of maturation. Region of maturation over here, this zone we call region of maturation. In this, you can clearly see that hair-like structures, thread-like or hair-like structures that arise in this part. So this zone either we call region of maturation or region of hair. Okay, region of maturation, or we can say that region of hair, root hair. Hair, which one? Root hairs. Now, root hairs, suppose this is the outermost layer of the root. So on some of the cell, we can observe this type of structure. These are the thin thread like very fine delicate hair structure, and this are we call root hairs. ये आपने आई थिंक लोअर स्टैंडर्ड में स्टडी किया होगा. This root hairs helps to absorb water and minerals from soil. More root hairs, see these cells perform by forming these root hairs. It increases the surface area. It increases the surface area to absorb more and more water and minerals from the soil. Okay, जैसे हमारे intestine में पता है villi होते हैं, folded structure, which helps to increase more and more absorption from the digested food, absorption of nutrients from the digested food. Same way over here, root hairs are formed, which helps to increase the surface area for more and more water and minerals absorption from the soil. So remember, and here the cells become mature. Cells become mature, meaning some of the cells that become parenchyma, some of the cells that become collenchyma, some of the cells that become sclerenchyma. Initially, all the cells are which one? Meristematic. Here still meristematic, but in that elongation takes place. Now the time towards the base, they are differentiated. So this zone, we can say that region of differentiation also. Differentiation, why differentiation is required? Now all these cells, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, they have the ability to perform their specific function. They have the ability to perform their specific functions. So remember this, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, these things are formed in roots towards the which zone? Region of maturation, region of differentiation, or region of root hair. Clear this part? 3 zones are there. Tell me, towards the tip, which zone? श्रेया बोलो.
मैम अभी आपने बोला ना कि रीजन ऑफ मैच्योरेशन को और एक नाम से भी बोलते हैं, मैम वो क्या नाम है?
Differentiation.
Okay.
Now the meristematic cells undergoing differentiation, like some of the cells form collenchyma, some of the cells convert into that parenchyma, sclerenchyma, that we call differentiation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Clear? Okay. So next to the region of meristematic zone, which zone? Towards the tip, you're told that which one? Meristematic. Next to that meristematic, correct, region of elongation. Next to the elongation. Correct, Himanshi. Region of maturation. Region of maturation or the differentiation. Next. Characteristic of the meristematic cells. First. Thin walled, small in size, correct. Next. slime वो नहीं आता. Continuously, yes, it has the ability to continuously divide dense protoplasm, correct. Next, during or in the region of elongation, what type of growth takes place in these cells? Growth takes place in which format? In region of elongation, correct. Lengthwise growth occur. Next, third, that's the towards the base region of maturation. Region of maturation, how can we identify that this one is the region of maturation? By the presence of what? Yes, very good. That's the root hair. Hair nahi, only root hair. Please write that. Yes, Chaiti, Jugal, correct. Root hairs are present. These root hairs, remember their structure very fine, thin, delicate. What is the function of these root hairs? Absorb water and minerals, correct, Himanshi, from the soil. Next, here the cells undergoing differentiation, remember. Clear? Good. Next thing in this topic that you have to understood, region of meristematic zone. Okay, it's a thin tip portion, and these roots are growing. See, soil particles are there. So roots are growing in between that soil particles. So first of all, actually, teeth start inserting between that soil particles, and it's a very very soft part, and it's an important part also. Without meristematic cells, just imagine, can growth takes place in the plant? No, right? So for that, to protect this thin delicate meristematic zone, surrounding this meristematic zone, one cap-like structure is present. One cap-like structure is present which protects the erosion between soil particles and this root tip part, that is the meristematic zone. Remember, root cap hai, so it gives the protection. So it gives the protection to that root from the erosion with the soil particles. That is the function of this root cap. Root cap, for your information now, just it is made up of parenchyma cells. Just for your information. Okay. Next, ये तो हमने बात की terrestrial plants. But what about if plants grown in an aquatic medium? Water is there. वहां पे तो कोई soil particles नहीं है. So no need to that root cap. No need to root cap, in which case aquatic plants. So in aquatic plants, instead of this root cap, root pockets are present. In aquatic plants, instead of that root cap, root pockets are present. Just a second. See, these two are aquatic plants. So here, this is the root system. So at the end of the root over here, triangular structures, small triangular structures are present, and these structures we call root pockets. These structures are known as the root pockets, and this helps in, it provides buoyancy, so it can easily float on the surface of water. Remember, it helps in buoyancy, so the plants can easily float on the surface of water. So in aquatic plants, instead of root cap like a terrestrial plants, they have root pockets. Root pockets, remember, they help in buoyancy. Root pockets that help in buoyancy. So root pockets, root cap, remember, is absent in aquatic plants. They are present, root pockets present at the tip, gives buoyancy to the plant. And examples, two example, one is a pistia, other is the Eichhornia. Eichhornia का कॉमन नेम है वाटर हाइसिंथ. ये आइकोनिया जीनस नेम है साइंटिफिक नेम का. वाटर हाइसिंथ इज द कॉमन नेम. Clear this part? Now if you have any doubt in this regions of root, you can ask me. Okay, so we move on. Next topic related to that root, very easy. Modifications of root. Modifications of root, in that, see, root, always remember their main function is encouragement and absorption of water and minerals from the soil. But in some of the plants, roots store the food, store that extra food which is present in plant, store that reserve food material. Only some of the plant, remember, not all. Next, why these plants store the food? Why these plants store the food? So remember, during the inactive period, meaning their autumn season, आपने देखा होगा leaf fall season आता है, right? And without leaf, plant actually on only the branches are remaining, no leaves on the plant. ऐसा एक time आ जाता है. So if no leaf, can photosynthesis takes place? If not photosynthesis, how the food is formed in the plant? So during that inactive period, dormancy period, we can say that dormancy ये उसका spelling है, dormancy or inactive period. To survive in dormancy or inactive period, to survive, some of the plants store food in the root. Some of the plants store food in the which part? That's the root. वैसे हम stem में भी करेंगे. Some of the plants store the food in stem. Some of the plants store the food in root, some in stem part. Here we are talking about to root. Now you know that two types of the root, tap root and fibrous roots, both involve in storing the food. First, storage of food. Okay, remember now the modifications of food, modifications of root. In that first, root is modified for storage. Root is modified for the storage of food. Tap root. आप देखो carrot. Okay, carrot. So primary root है carrot. Actually, basically क्या है? Primary root in taproot system. But when in that, आप देखो किसी भी चीज में अगर food store होता है, so it gets swollen, right? Flashy, it becomes flashy also. So here, this primary root, after storing the food, it becomes swollen and flashy. Here, according to the shape, see, ये क्या है? It's a cone-like structure. So इसको after storing the food, this one we call conical taproot. This one we called conical taproot. Next, radish, muda, right? So radish, in that the structure is formed. अब देखो उसके जो ends होते हैं ना, they are somehow tapering compared to the middle part. So that type of structure we call fusiform. That we call the which type of roots is after storing the food, it becomes fusiform taproot. Now in that food is present. Next, after that, third, that is the, you know this one is the beet. Okay, beet in that towards the base, towards the base of the root, maximum food storage takes place. That's why this form we call nappy form. This one we call which form? Nappy form type of taproot. So simple first modification, remember, storage of food. Why this food or why foods should be stored into the plant? It helps to survive during their inactive or dormant period when leaf fall occurs. So this stored food, okay, stored food gives the nourishment to that entire plant axis. Same way अगर हम fast करते हैं, right? So एक fast करते हैं तो अगर कुछ नहीं खाते हैं तो it will not lead to the death directly because in our body so much extra food is present, right? This food start utilizing. Next, by storing the food, this roots gets the various form or shapes. On the basis of that, the different types names are given. Carrot in that cone shape is formed, so we call conical taproot. Radish in that fusiform taproot. Beet in that napiform taproot. Up to here clear. Taproot food storage. If you have any doubt, now ask me. Okay, then we go ahead. Next one. Next, that's the adventitious roots. Next is the which one? Adventitious roots or fibrous root. Sweet potato. In that example is which one? Sweet potato. Sweet potato, in that food is stored. Okay, same way like a taproot, food is stored in the sweet potato and it gets swollen. See, यहाँ पे देखो bunches of that sweet potato. So ये fibrous root system type over here, root system is present. Each and every root that undergoing, okay, in maturity, some of them still remain as it is. They helps in absorption of water and minerals. Some that undergoing storage of food. So bunches of that stored food roots are formed. And these all are actually here example for sweet potato. Okay, they store the food, become swollen. This one we call tuberous root. It's a tuber-like structure, so we call it's a tuberous root. So storage of food in the taproot, carrot, even turnip. Turnip, you know that ratadu and beet, दोनों का shape actually same होता है. So beet and turnip for napiform, carrot coniform. Next, radish fusiform. Next, this sweet potato, adventitious root in that tuberous form. Other examples for this, that's a dahlia. Okay, just remember this name. आपने ये नहीं देखा होगा, नहीं सुना होगा, but remember dahlia. Then even asparagus. Asparagus in Gujarati we call satawari. Okay, so asparagus, dahlia, this sweet potato, in that this tuberous root system is present, in that this fibrous root system is there, and this fibrous root system undergoing storage of food and form this type of system. Next modification of root, in that prop roots. Prop roots, example only one, banyan tree. Yes. First, we have learned storage of food, taproot advantages. Next modification, mechanical support. For mechanical support, two types of the roots are there. First is a prop, and then we will study stilt root. Prop roots, only and only one example. Prop roots, only one example, remember. Here, just a second. See, prop roots in that, see, banyan tree, first of all, it's a dicot. It belongs to dicot. So in that, actually their main root system is there. Can you tell me, ये dicot है तो इसमें कौन सा root system होगा? Taproot, adventitious, fibrous, main root system जो यहाँ पे मैंने draw किया है, correct, taproot system, right? Now, but you आपने भी observe किया, that's the banyan tree. It's a very huge, okay, banyan tree, it's a very huge, and their branches actually growing in this manner, horizontal. Their branches are growing in this horizontal pattern. So, and their branches even thick and strong also. Their branches are not just like a thin branches. No, here the branches are thick and strong also. So, and their weight is too much. So, in just imagine कि ये horizontally grow हो रहे हैं, and due to their its own weight, it can be collapse. It can be breakdown. So, to prevent from this, of the stem from the branches, this horizontal branches of the stem, these roots are arise. These roots gradually grow downward, attach to the soil surface and form their own root system. Here the roots are arise from the stem of the branches. Main root system taproot है, but the supporting के लिए जो roots form हुए to give a mechanical support to prevent the branches fall down due to its own weight. Roots arise. Extra root system is formed from the branches of the stem. These roots we called prop roots. It acts as a prop. Okay, so this one we call prop roots. These prop roots gradually grow downwards and make their own system. And by that way, from all sides, just imagine, from all sides, these horizontal branches get support by this prop roots. Understood what are prop roots? If you have any doubt in prop roots, now ask me. No one clear? Okay. Next, other type of mechanical support roots modification of root that we call the stilt root. Stilt root generally present in monocots. Monocots आपने maize देखे होंगे, sugar cane, maize, sugar cane, like उसके stem. Their stem is very thin. Their stem is very thin, but long also. And their root system is not very well developed. Their root system is poorly developed actually. The root system is poorly developed. Meaning what? कि ये जो root system है, height is too much. With this root system, this height cannot be, plant cannot be remain erect. So that's why this plant needs extra supports from the sides. This plant needs extra support from the side. So on the stem, remember this thing, on the stem, ये स्टेम का फीचर है. At certain points nodes are present. आपने पता है शुगर कैन, शेरडी, जब कट करते हैं ना तो ऐसे हमें ऐसे पार्टीशंस दिखते हैं उसमें शुगर कैन में. हैव यू ऑब्जर्व दिस थिंग? So these are the nodes. Okay, these are nodes. So from this nodal region, okay, from this nodal region, यहाँ पे भी nodes में भी meristematic cells होते हैं. So from this nodal region, stilt roots arise on all the sides. See, ये तो just front side है. Same way on the back side also, means from all the sides, circular pattern में. Okay, these roots arise, and so remember, stilt root arise from the nodes of the stem which are nearer to the ground. Top पे हो गया तो वहां से नहीं. Only the which one? Nodes which are nearer to the ground. From that nodes, stilt root arise. These roots are obliquely grow. These roots are obliquely grow and reach to the soil surface and provides extra support to the plant. Provides extra support to the plant. So that roots we call stilt roots. Example, maize, sugarcane. Stem of maize and sugarcane. Clear stilt root. One more time, stilt root. Their stem length is too much and the root system is not very well developed. It cannot help to erect this stem on their, it cannot help the stem to remain erect. So this stem needs the extra support. To provide extra support from the nodes of the stem which are nearer to the ground, stilt roots are developed. And by that way, it gets the extra support that we call mechanical support. Examples, remember, stem of maize and sugarcane. If you have any doubt in this mechanical support, root modification for mechanical support, now you can ask me. Anyone? Good. See this photograph. कैसे roots develop हुए from all the sides. Okay. Next modification that we call for the breathing roots. Okay, next modification for the breathing roots. In that, see, this type of modification, first of all, we can observe in this mangroves. Mangroves meaning what? These plants are growing in a saline region. These plants are growing in a saline region. That's why these plants are known as halophyte. Halo meaning salinity, phyta meaning plants. So those plants which are growing in a saline region, that we call the halophytes. Next, and commonly we call all these plants mangroves. In that, see, wherever the saline region is there, so in that, inside the soil, oxygen amount is very, very less. And you know that each and every cell, whether it's a plant or animal, they need oxygen. They need oxygen. So that's why over here in saline soil, so plant root system, suppose this one is the main mangrove. Here the water salinity, main mangrove plant is there. Here the root system is grow superficially. See, soil में तो salinity है, oxygen amount very less. So in that case, when this root system grow very down and down, okay, so their growth actually inhibited. So for that, over here, for the proper growth of the plant, the root system is formed in case of this mangroves superficial, not to the deep. And here at the roots are there, at the certain points, roots come on the area above the soil surface. Like this. Roots are formed above the soil surface. See, over here, so many minute structures are developed. See, all this. Near the coastal region, generally, this type of plants are there. So in that case, this single roots that we call breathing roots, entire structure we call pneumatophore. Entire structure we call pneumatophore. On this structure, towards the upper side, cells are present, specialized cells. आपको देखो ये dots दिखते हैं यहाँ पे, same dot like structure. These cells we call lenticels. These cells are known as lenticels. These lenticels help in to capture oxygen. To get the sufficient amount of oxygen for the plant, lenticels are present on this pneumatophore in this mangroves plant. So with the help of these roots, extra roots are developed, aerial roots. These are the aerial roots. Generally the roots are growing downward. A prop root देखो, still root देखो, anyone. Generally the roots are growing downward. ये opposite है. Roots growing upward. Why? To get the sufficient amount of oxygen for the plant. This structure we call this aerial root, okay, which is actually arise from the underground part of the root system. So that we call pneumatophore. And on that, on the tip part, specialized cells are there that we call lenticels, which helps in gaseous exchange to get the oxygen. Understood pneumatophores? If you have any doubt in pneumatophore now, ask me. Okay. Next. Examples, remember, commonly we call mangroves. Examples, Rhizophora. One more example, please note down, Avicennia. Rhizophora, and second example, Avicennia. These are examples of mangroves helophytes. हैना, जिया, खुशी देसाई, महावीर के तो आंसर आते थे, पूर्वा, समर, साहिल, Sharon, and Vishwa. Not given a single answer. Very good. Keep it up. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you may leave now.